Hi everybody, this is Harper. I'm doing a review of my Benchmade Model 805 TSEK folding knife, and it is a beautiful knife. Let's go over the specs real quick. This is just a tabletop review. I'm not getting into cutting and everything yet, but I will, which may be unexpected for some of you collectors. The specs are, it's got a 3.93 inch blade made out of M390 steel. Thickness is 0.125 inches, and see here, its overall length is 9.36 inches, its closed length is 5.43 inches, and its weight is 4.10 ounces. Alright, that's most of the boring stuff. I just thought I'd say that stuff just to be fancy. Alright, so its blade, as I said, it's an M390 steel blade. Its factory edge is pretty good. It's pretty sharp. It's not as sharp as I've seen. It's not the sharpest Benchmade factory edge I've seen, but it's pretty sharp. You know, you could say it's razor sharp. Let me give you an example, quick example here. Here's my hair. Here's some spots, if you can see right here. I just can't see because of the light, where I've shaved with it. But I will shave this spot right here, and I'll show you what I mean. It is razor sharp. It'll shave arm hairs very well, but it probably would hurt pretty bad. Probably would hurt pretty bad shaving facial hair. You can see the spot right there I shaved. But anyway, it's a good blade. I won't cut much more because I plan on sending it into the factory. But my let's see here. It's a good blade. It has G10 scales, custom G10 scales. You're not going to find on other 805 TSEKs because this is a limited edition. They don't make the 805 TSEK anymore. They stopped making it in 2004. So this is a limited edition. 805-1101 is the exact model number because of the limited edition. The original 805s had checkering on them, but this doesn't have checkering. It has a 805 grips that aren't very slippery. They're not very slippery. They grip okay. They're not super grippy, but you know, they'll stay in your hand. And they look nice. They're kind of reflective. I like the pattern. It has instead of the Darylin spacers the original 805s it has two blue powder coated barrel spacers. I believe they're aluminum. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody could help out with a comment on that. And here is one of the unique features about the 805s that drew me to this knife, is that it is one of the only two Benchmades that features a axis lock with tip down carry, meaning the tip is down when it's being carried in your pocket. Now, there are only two models of Benchmades that do that, this and the AFCK 806, which is basically the same knife with a thumb hole right here, and the blade is slightly different, but it mostly just has a thumb hole right there. But anyway, so it has 4 ways you can carry it: for right-handed or left-handed, tip up and tip down. Almost all Benchmade axis lock knives have only tip up carry like this, with these right here. And that's not usually how I like to carry my knives. I like to carry them the same way. This is my other Benchmade, only has tip down. My 913 D2 nitro striker. But anyway, that's one of the things that drew me to it. But I can see why Benchmade doesn't do that, because doesn't do that very often, because the pocket clip doesn't sit quite right with the axis lock with the tip down. Kind of gets in the way. This handle has a good contour to it, fits in your hand really well, except when the pocket clip's right there on the tip down position, it's kind of in the way of your grip. But the other thing is, when you have the pocket clip on the tip up position down here, when you're opening with the axis lock, great lock, I recommend it for everyone. It's very, very fast, very convenient, and but anyway, when you have a tip up carry, the pocket clip right here, usually you rest your fingertips on it, and it helps you open it up a lot easier. Plus, when the pocket clip is in the way right here, the pocket clip is in the way, you can't unlock the axis lock with both your fingers. You have to use one finger, which you have to get used to, but you can do it. I just got used to it. As you can see on my blade, I dinged up my blade because I was getting used to using the axis lock with just my thumb, without having a little ledge of a pocket clip right here, and it flipped out of my hand. So I put a little ding on the edge, plus a little tiny ding on the tip, and I was upset about that. But not terribly upset, because this is going to be a user. I didn't want to get this knife as a collector's knife. I think that's pretty gay. But I don't know, for each his own. I'm sure a lot of knives are a good investment when you don't use them in their limited editions and such. But anyway, I wanted this knife as a user, a knife that I'd actually use and cut, and I want to post another video later on of me showing how well it cuts after I get it back from Benchmade. Let's see here, and so I went over all those features. It has jimping, but the jimping's not that great. You know, it's just kind of for looks. I mean, it's kind of there, but it's kind of slippery. So it's got good features. The double thumb stud, like most Benchmades, and this axis lock is great. If you've never used an axis lock, I'd highly recommend it. I love the axis lock. It's super strong, and it's super fast and convenient, because you can close it with one hand, open it with one hand, and it's very, very smooth. You don't even have to use it if you don't really want to, except to close it, you know. Very smooth. Phosphor bronze bushings in there make the blade slide open with the axis lock or without the axis lock. And the what else was I? The liners, thick steel liners. They're good. Add a lot of strength. And as I said, I am going to be sending this back to Benchmade, because when I was looking for this knife and I found it on the forums that this particular website, knifeworks.com, was ordering a limited run of this knife. It's not made by Benchmade anymore, but Benchmade will put out a limited run if you order a certain amount of a particular knife. They'll make it again. So this is a limited run of this knife that just came out this year, a couple months ago, from knifeworks.com, and I saw it on the forums that they were doing that, and when they initially came out, people said that there were quality controls problems with this knife, and I thought that was kind of weird, since I thought Benchmade was usually pretty good about that sort of thing. But sure enough, when I got this, the blade, if I can see this on the video, if we can see this, the blade is off-centered, and I don't really care about that. I don't really care about the blade being off-centered, folded. You know, it's not, as I said, user, not a collector, and I don't really care about that. But this is the part I do care about. Oh yeah, and the other thing is, real quick, the pocket clips look real rough. Somebody said they look like they were rubbed on a road. And I agree with that. The pocket clips look pretty rough, but I don't care about that either. I really don't. But Well, this is the part that I care about, and the reason I'm going to send it back to see if they can work on it. I don't know if you can see it with this camera, the way I have it set up and the way it's focusing, but the blade at the tip, because of how it's ground, it looks like it's bent. And yes, I did drop it, but before I even did anything with it, when I very first pulled it out of the box, I noticed this, and I thought that was weird as hell. It looks as though it's bent, the tip, but it's not bent. It's just ground unevenly. The shoulder is uneven. Here's the shoulder right here. It's uneven on the grind. So if you can see right here, if you can see, let's see if we can take a look. You might be able to see it from right there. It looks as though it's bent, but it's not, just because of the grind. And I'm going to send it back to see if they can fix that before I start using it, because that bugs the hell out of me. It looks like it's bent, and since it's ground unevenly, I guess you could say it was kind of made bent. I don't know, but anyway, so I'm going to send it back to see if they can fix that. My local knife store said they could fix that. I bought a pocket clip from my local knife store to actually grind it down to maybe make this axis lock work better. I might not even worry about that anymore. But anyway, yeah, that's how it would look if it were in this position where you just change the screws real quick. I tried that out. I like it, but I think I might just get used to the tip down carry. Size comparison. It's a big folder. I like big folders. This just gives you an example of how big it is. You can't really tell on videos without a comparison, but I think a Coke can's pretty good to show you how big it is. It is pretty big, but it's really actually pretty light and pretty slim in my personal opinion. I like big folders though, and I carry big folders usually. I just wouldn't wear it with nice pants. Slacks, I wouldn't wear it with slacks. It's a little big. Here's a comparison with my nitrous striker, Benchmade 913 nitrous striker. See if I can close it with my left hand. It also is kind of less ambidextrous with that pocket clip there. It's a lot less ambidextrous with that pocket clip there. But I don't really care about that right now. I might grind down my other pocket clip. But yeah, I'm going to send it back and see what they say. And we'll see how that works out. So, yeah, give me some comments. Let me know what you think. And thanks for watching.